Hello everybody and welcome to another Tomb Tuesday. It is November 15th, Tuesday, obviously, and it is update number 62. Now this is the update after FTX. So if you follow blockchain, if you follow Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, DeFi, the whole nine, then you will know all about FTX and everything that has transpired over the last week. So it does start out, the opening monologue does start out with, before we even start, let's get something on record for all who don't already know. Tomb Life, those ecosystems, those tokens, those DAOs, that capital, none of it was on FTX, all right? We do almost all of our trading and sex activities on Binance and our own exchange, FELIX.com, right? Remember, we have our own exchange and we do a lot of our activities right there. A lot of our sex buys and sells, it happens right there on FELIX.com. As a reminder, FELIX is cloud-based and it's a Binance platform. All right, we enjoy all the security, liquidity, and advanced tools straight from Binance. Harry does go on to say he offers his condolences to anyone that was affected by the collapse of FTX and the massive ripple effects that we will likely feel for months to come. Not all of the details are in, and he chooses not to speculate on the outcome while there is still so much that is unknown. Where the market goes from here is still being determined. Many projects were caught in the crossfires as investors' faith has been once again shaken to its core. Now it carries on a little bit over here. It says that if you have been in cryptocurrency space as long as I have, you'll understand then the resilience of blockchain and crypto market as a whole. And it really is. It truly has seen some really aggressive negative news, things from Mt. Gox to Silk Road to any number of dozens of huge exchanges all collapsed, over the course of the last 10 or so years. All right. So there is a lot of resilience in blockchain, but as far as Bitcoin specifically, but DeFi now, which is slightly new to the overall cryptocurrency market, has even more of a barrier or a shield when we're talking about sexes in this nature. All right, so although the FTX saga will drag on for a while, it's better to find these things out now and shake these bad actors out of our space earlier than later. The failure of FTX and other sexes in general will pave the path forward for DeFi. Now, as for all of us here at Tomb Life, we keep our heads down and we keep on building, and we will see the tides begin to shift for an exponential growth in DeFi. We are just getting started. All right, so that is the opening monologue there. So a lot of, it's important to address those things, especially when it's something of that magnitude. The $32 billion down to $16 billion, $8 billion lost, $600 million stolen at the last second. I mean, it's a lot to digest if you're new in the space. If you've been around for a while, it's still a lot to digest, but at least it's probably not your first experience down that road. All right, starting things off here, Quantum Miami. We talked about this last week. Reiterating, January 25th to 27th, 2023. Early bird discount expires November 3rd, 2022. And right here, you can see the speaker list has grown to 21. So starting on the top row, we're not going to go over every name. You can grab a screenshot of this or you can pause the video. But, Andre, Michael Kong, Harry, of course, himself is going to be speaking. Mayor of Miami, Francis will be there. Of course, Merriam is going to be there. And then you have, people from Ripple. You have people from ADC, from Astronaut, Milo, Edgewallet's going to be there. Blockchain Education, Axiom. The list goes on, all right? So 21 names so far on the speaker roster. There will be more that will be announced. It's only November 15th, so there will be much more announced between now and the end of January. All right, moving on, we have Tomb updates, and it goes into providing liquidity right off the bat. So providing liquidity is a cornerstone of all DeFi. We're always working on fine-tuning every aspect of our protocols and making them the best they can be. I'm happy to announce that we are far enough along with our Cemetery v3 to share the news with you now. Cemetery v3 will allow for greater possibilities on the emission side of our LPs More on that as we get closer to launch, but he is giving a time frame here, which is short term. Short term is defined as between 1 and 2 months. So Cemetery V3 is coming. This is going to act as an update, potentially, I don't know, I don't want to say cleaner code, but just potentially upgrading the code and making things a little bit easier on the back end. But, at the same token, you're able to, allow some greater possibilities on the emission side. So it'll function similar to the code that's being used in the garden right now on Life, and it'll be on tomb.com. So you'll be able to get your cemetery sort of upgraded to that same level of functionality. Moving on from there, we have, speaking of Life, we have Life updates. Working on something big for Life, and I can't wait to share it with you all. But I still need a few more things to fall into place before I do. So, interesting. So something's coming. We don't know what it is, but it's something big, and it's big for Life. These things will bring new users, new opportunities, and create further sustainability for our Tomb Life ecosystem. Take a look at the roadmap of Life below, and you will see that we have so much more to come. In the meantime, Life continues to offer a lot of variety and options for every risk appetite, and it continues to grow daily. Here we can sort of see the roadmap of Life. We talked about this graphic when we unlocked the Fountain of Life and spoke about staking vaults. Right, so we still have a lot more in these hidden elements over here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more things on the Life side are coming. We don't know what they are, but when one is released, when one is, this is unlocked, this is locked. So when one is unlocked, we should be able to see the next locked item or the next locked element on the roadmap. So that is exciting. We don't know what it's going to be, but apparently it's going to be something big. All right, Life Wallet. The Life Wallet continues on its path to the public with more internal testing on the beta version. The goal here is to create the smoothest and easiest experience for all users, but especially for people new to crypto. So developing does have its challenges, and we are taking on each of these one at a time until we get it just right. But the Life Wallet is coming soon. Should be a very, very, very good user experience once it is released. It should be very simple to use, very clean, very elegant. That is what the team is aiming for. All right, FELIX.com updates. The fall of FTX has brought much attention to the debate between sexes and dexes. We do the vast majority of our trading on FELIX.com and Binance. We have the infrastructure, security, and liquidity of Binance, the #1 sex in the world. Consider FELIX as an extension of Binance with the addition of a selection of tokens that can't be found anywhere else. We have big plans for FELIX, including the FELIX incentive tool, which is what they continue to be working on in the background. It's something that they're continuing to develop. And when that's ready, you will all be able to get your hands on it through FELIX.com. So here we can see some huge benefits here. Deep liquidity, battle-tested security, advanced tools, right? So you could trade DeFi tokens with advanced tools, such as your limit orders, your stop orders, potentially OCO. I have to double check the advanced orders on there. But 99% cheaper VIP levels. The VIP levels go through Tomb, right? So you just have to hold Tomb. You're at potentially, you're just at a really, really, really low price for Tomb. So accumulating the amount of Tomb necessary for those VIP levels is fantastic. So, get on top of that right away. 2 BTC KYC free withdrawals. So that's a fairly good amount that you could be withdrawing from the exchange without KYC. 365 plus different tokens, 915 different trading pairs. So there's a lot going on with FELIX. It's definitely encouraged that you would at least check it out. Take a look if you are a trader and you are looking to trade some of the DeFi tokens, some of the ones that FELIX has listed on a SEX instead of a DEX. It does make things a whole lot easier. If you're just a trader and just going about your regular trading, you could do that and save a ton of money just on trading fees. So something to look into if you haven't already looked into it. All right, Fancy and T-Bone updates. This week, we continue the Life in Crypto comic series with Ye Roads Life. This one is Goxed Part 1. So we actually just mentioned Mt. Gox. So for anybody that is familiar with Mt. Gox or the earlier days of Bitcoin and Bitcoin trading, arbitrage was a very, very, very big part of profitable systems back then. Dogecoin, believe it or not, got its use case from arbitrage. But before we get off topic, let's keep going. I know many people eagerly await their airdrops, and I appreciate your patience more than you'll ever know. Building out the entire infrastructure for our L2 Tomb Chain and then releasing the newest protocol, Life, has been quite an undertaking. A team has been working on the airdrops in the background by compiling all the addresses that qualify, and I will be extremely happy to announce the date once I have it. So that's great. Let's zoom in on the comic real quick. All right, very good. You should have been able to, take a screenshot or pause it or whatever it is you need to do in order to read the comic. And that will wrap it up. That will wrap it up for this week's Tomb Tuesday. We can see some slight changes over here. We can see we have a lot going on over here. So things are coming. New things are coming, and they will be unveiled when the time is appropriate. And so that'll be great once we have all those things filled out, and we start turning some of the gray lights into green lights, and we're operation at 100% capacity. So that would be absolutely fantastic. That will wrap it up for this Tomb Tuesday. As always, we keep calm, tomb on, and enjoy life.